So, transportation lab, day one. I have already pre-measured the egg, and it's 14 centimeters. And for the instructions, it says place the egg in the jar and then fill it up with white vinegar. So I'll do that and reconvene recording. So I have found the vinegar, and now I'm gonna gently pour it in. Alright, I think that will be enough. I wish. Okay. Hold up. Okay, so now the time is 2:16 in the afternoon. We will check up on that egg tomorrow and see what it will be like. So it is day 2 of the cell transport experiment, and before I go check up on the egg, I wanted to say what my hypothesis is. My hypothesis is when exposed to white vinegar over 24 hours, the shell of the egg will start deteriorating down until it's paper thin, and it will have a smaller circumference than the starting egg. And when put back into water for 2 days, the shell will stay the same, but it will regain that same hardness as the raw egg before it. So, upon first examination, it looks like the complete shell has gone, except for a tiny bit that it doesn't even feel like the shell. I may have not completely submerged it, but there's a white spot there, so. But it's super squishy and it's super smelly as well, so I'll measure the circumference and all that, submerge the egg, and start the timer from there. So after measuring the yellow and very squishy vinegar covered egg, I have measured its circumference to a good 16, and once I seal the lid, I will pronounce the time, and I will leave it there. The time is 4:04, and you are going back in the corner for 2 days. That's amazing. It is dawn of the last check. I am going 2 minutes early, but I don't care. You know what? I could just do this. Alright, time to check on the egg. Oh, what the... Okay. That is a big egg. Even bigger than it was when it was in vinegar. What the actual heck? So, I'm gonna measure this and then give my final. Oh, it's so soft. Okay. This is weird. I'm gonna measure this and give my final thoughts on this experiment. Okay, so when I took the measurement, it wasn't as exciting as I first initially thought. It only grew 1 centimeter from the time it was in the vinegar, but geez, it's like it shows up very yellow in the camera, but geez, it's like beige. It's super bouncy too, like holy moly. I could probably bounce this outside if I want to, but I don't want to break it yet. So what I've learned from this experiment is eggs are they're really cool. Well, the shell is. The cells deforming and transferring into water, and basically the entire shell of the egg basically melted in the vinegar, and once put it in water, it just cleaned up the rest of the remaining shell. And that's so cool. Wait. That might be just my hand, but I thought the yolk was moving inside the egg. That is super cool. I am glad I did this experiment. So, from beginning to end, the egg was 14 centimeters, very hard, and the coloration was a white sort of coloration, and I bet it wouldn't bounce like it does now with this very squishy beige egg. Oh, that's so cool. So it grew a total of 3 centimeters, and I'm sorry, I'm just very amazed. This is, yeah. Just a quick follow up. I tried to bounce it from the cap of my ankle down to the floor. It broke. uh, jeez. I'm gonna clean this up, but this is okay. Good thing I did. Alright. So in my last recording, I forgot to give the comparison between my hypothesis and the actual happenings of the experiment. My hypothesis was the shell would deteriorate and the egg would generally stay the same size, and the water would somehow regain the shell for some reason. I'm not sure. But as I've completed the experiment, I could see my hypothesis was completely wrong. The shell did deteriorate, yes, but it never grew back while in water, which, in hindsight, that was stupid of me, but hindsight's 2020. Everything else is not, except for your eyesight. If your eyesight's 2020, that's amazing. Anyway, it actually, I was surprised to see that some of the shell stayed, like the thin part of it, but all the calcium deteriorated from the egg and left that thin layer, like a cell membrane. What was interesting to me when I accidentally broke the egg, well, accidentally, when I did that, when I went to clean the insides were liquid. Like the egg whites, they're always liquid and sticky, but the egg membrane, like the yellow part of the egg, was actually like it was completely like liquid. Something with the vinegar, I think, and the whites weren't even that sticky too. It's interesting. It is really interesting, I think. Further studies need to be shown with that. Not by me. I'm a tired, lazy person who likes playing video games. Alright, this is Logan. I hope you enjoy this. It was really fun recording. I stumbled a little bit during the beginning, but I liked doing this experiment. Thank you for allowing me to do this experiment. It was really interesting.